My reliable and patient Taurus friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. At Taurus, you may feel as though a subtle restlessness is humming beneath the surface this week. It isn't always easy to put your finger on it, but there's an undercurrent of tension that makes even simple comforts feel slightly out of reach. Maybe you notice yourself replaying certain worries after the lights go out, or catching yourself in moments of self-doubt when the world is quiet. The familiar steadiness you usually rely on feels just a little less reliable, as if the ground beneath you is softer than usual. Despite this, you keep moving through your days, carrying a quiet hope that the weight will shift if you just keep going. There's a longing for clarity, a wish for a pause in the swirl of thoughts. Even amid the noise, a part of you is searching for a sense of calm, something solid to hold onto. This week, you are not alone in feeling the invisible strain. It's simply a sign that something important is stirring within you, waiting for acknowledgement. It's in these moments of vulnerability that the 9 of Swords quietly steps in. This card reflects an inner landscape where worries and anxieties tend to gather in the background, sometimes swelling into the foreground when you least expect it. You may notice that your mind is working overtime, piecing together fragments of past regrets or projecting future troubles that haven't yet arrived. There's a heaviness that comes from carrying silent burdens, the kind that rarely make their way into conversation. Perhaps you've woken in the night with a racing mind, or found yourself caught in loops of what-ifs and if-onlys that don't ever seem to resolve. The tension is real, even if you present a calm exterior to those around you. This isn't about dramatic upheaval, but rather the slow, persistent soundtrack of inner unrest that sometimes colors your days and nights. This emotional state isn't born from nowhere. It's shaped by the responsibilities you hold, the standards you set for yourself, and the care you carry for others. There may be an old disappointment resurfacing, or a recent uncertainty that's taken root and refuses to be dismissed. You might feel pressure to maintain your composure, to hold everything together for yourself and for those who depend on you. Underneath, though, is a yearning for relief, for gentle reassurance that it's okay to feel fragile at times. The discomfort isn't a flaw, it's a signal. It points to your depth of feeling, your desire for things to be right, and your intuition that something isn't quite settled. Though it's tempting to push these feelings down, they ask for acknowledgement, not avoidance. They remind you that your inner world deserves just as much care as the outer one. It's from this place of silent tension that the next chapter of your week begins to unfold. The pressures you experience internally have a way of shaping your outer world, whether you intend them to or not. When worry takes up residence, it subtly influences how you approach your day, how you speak, and how you interact with those around you. The need for reassurance and understanding starts to seep into your actions, sometimes making you more cautious, sometimes prompting you to seek validation or support. It's not always a conscious choice, but the emotional weather within you sets the tone for the path ahead. You might find yourself drawn toward situations or people who offer a sense of stability, or you might feel resistance when asked to stretch beyond your comfort zone. In these small, everyday moments, the inner tension gently guides your steps. The unfolding of your week is shaped by the active energy of the 3 of Pentacles. This is a time when collaboration, teamwork, and shared effort become more prominent, sometimes in subtle ways. The friction you carry isn't just yours alone, it echoes in your interactions with others. There may be projects at work, responsibilities at home, or community commitments that require your attention and participation. Each carries its own blend of expectations and pressures, asking you to bring your skills, patience, and presence to the table. Even when you feel stretched thin, you might notice yourself stepping up, quietly determined to contribute your best. Yet within these interactions, there's a dynamic push and pull. The urge to prove your worth, to show that you can handle what's asked of you, rubs against the fatigue of inner doubt. You may find yourself second-guessing your input or feeling the weight of being evaluated by others, whether real or imagined. Perhaps there's a sense that your efforts aren't fully seen or appreciated, or a fear that you might fall short of expectations. These moments can spark frustration or defensiveness, especially if you're already carrying a private load. At the same time, there's a unique momentum in coming together with others, a chance to create something more meaningful than you could alone. Work, family, or social circles may present new challenges or requests, each one a mirror for the tension you're experiencing. The urge to protect yourself from criticism competes with the desire to be recognized for your strengths. This friction isn't meant to break you. It gently shapes your path, encouraging you to find common ground, to communicate clearly, and to trust in shared effort even when it feels uncertain. The week asks for a balance between holding your own boundaries and leaning into connection. It's in these spaces, where your vulnerability meets the world's demands, that something valuable begins to take shape. As the week continues, your potential doesn't simply arrive, it emerges through your conscious engagement with what's unfolding. The movement between inner tension and collective effort isn't automatic. It requires a willingness to stay present, to notice how your thoughts and feelings shape your choices. Growth isn't guaranteed just because the opportunity is there. It depends on your openness to experiencing both discomfort and support. The possibility for change rests in your hands, not as an obligation, but as an invitation you can accept at your own pace. In this light, the Emperor quietly appears at the horizon of your week. This card doesn't promise instant transformation or sweeping victories. Instead, it signals the emergence of grounded self-assurance, the kind that is built over time and through conscious action. You may notice moments where your sense of stability strengthens, not because all worries have vanished, but because you've chosen to meet them with gentle authority. You begin to recognize the ways you can create structure and order, even in the smallest details of your routine. There's a quiet satisfaction in setting clear boundaries, in honoring your own needs, and in standing firm without rigidity. This potential isn't about becoming someone else or living up to an ideal. It's about acknowledging the responsibility you hold for your own well-being and accepting that you have the power to shape your experience, even in the midst of uncertainty. The invitation is to embody steadiness, to offer yourself the same patience and encouragement you so often give to others. With each conscious choice, a new kind of stability begins to grow, one that feels earned, not bestowed. It's not about erasing vulnerability, but about integrating it into your sense of self so you can move through the world with quiet confidence. All three cards, woven together, reflect the journey of your week. The Nine of Swords brings the discomfort that can no longer be ignored, revealing the places where you hold tension and longing for relief. The Three of Pentacles shows how these inner pressures ripple out into your daily life, shaping your interactions and testing your sense of belonging and contribution. The Emperor stands as a gentle reminder that true authority over your life comes from within, from meeting your feelings honestly, engaging with others authentically, and choosing structure that supports rather than confines. If you find yourself weighed down by worry or caught in cycles of self-doubt, know that these feelings are valid but not permanent. The week invites you to notice how your inner state shapes your path and how your willingness to engage, both with yourself and with others, creates the possibility for real, grounded growth. Even in moments of uncertainty, You are capable of building the steadiness you seek. There is reassurance in knowing that your vulnerability does not diminish your strength. Instead, it deepens your self-understanding. By the week's end, a quiet sense of resolution begins to take hold, not because everything is perfect, but because you have allowed yourself to be present with what is. Actionable insights for Taurus this week. Let yourself rest your mind even for a moment when thoughts begin to spiral. Try sharing one small concern with someone you trust without needing it to be fixed. Notice where in your daily routine you can create small pockets of comfort or order just for yourself. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I am present with what I feel right now. My efforts matter, even when unseen. Each breath brings me closer to calm. Steadiness grows quietly within me. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.